Greetings, fellow beings. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday. Hope I'm waking you up. Not too early, though. Got some great folks here already. Dice Media Group, good morning. We've got Kaladin 910, good to see you. Grumpy old Marine Vet checking in on the Green Machine. The great Slender Dad, hello, hello. Hello. Running with Scissors, hello. The lovely Pamela Dunham is here. Good morning, all. I have something I need to get off my chest. Dear Disney, please stop blaming everybody for your bad ideas. Take responsibility for your own stuff. Okay, thanks. I'm good now. Oh, you must have watched the video with Pro and Lou and I over on WDW Pro's channel this morning. Yeesh. Let me tell you, bad idea jeans. Disney wears them. Tender Warrior 68, what's going on? Amelia. Tim Hayes. Archie Mitchell. Good morning. Core member, what's going on, core member? Not enough culture. That's right, Jay. The only letter in the alphabet you need. John Graber, the space jockey. How's it going? Yeah. Good morning, Karen Owen. D.S. Ford, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Michael Gonzalez. M. Hampton. Good morning, beautiful people. I agree, Eric K. Lots of beautiful humans. Bad Bill. You know what, Grumpy old Marine Vet? There are some troubling things happening on platforms for sure. And Jemima, good morning. SFXF 314 Sabretooth Raptor. Morning, Culture. I sent a chat in FNT last night. I said, I would rather watch CultureCasino Island if it was made than what Holly is making now. Wow! I dropped my own chat over on Jeremy's show. I didn't say anything as witty as that, though. Good morning, Janet Z. All right, let's get into the show, you guys. Playing Lego Incredibles, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's do it. You guys ready? I just realized I wasn't added to that scene. Let's go! All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's put the music to fade. Fade it out. Fade it out, you fool. Fade it. There we go. Hope you're all doing well. Really do. All right. Who's in the house? Who's in the house? Well, Eric K's in the house, says for $2. Muted boomer. Yeah, I was. Yes. Thank you. You guys can put a thumbs up on that if you think I'm a boomer. I'm going to put a heart on it. Hello. 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 All right. Thanks, Eric K. Good morning, Cynthia Carter, Rogue Thinker. Oopsie. That's right. I hear no show. Is this live? T from Laos. Wow, that's a long way away. Laos. Beautiful country. Good morning, Jay Willis. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Tasty, you're back in the 80s. All right, let's get going. We just are getting started. We're going to jump on some stories, and that's that. Archie Mitchell attacking the hair. I love you guys. I love you. Put a heart on it and make it what? Our good friend Donut Lord, who's been a member for 1 full year. Good to see you. Says, what were some of the best and a joke on that question, apparently. What were some of the best cartoons of all time? I like Scooby-Doo. I like the Flintstones. I like the Jetsons. I like pretty much all the Looney Tunes. Roadrunner and Coyote. Tasmanian Devil. Speedy Gonzalez. And many others. Are you kidding? It's impossible. I mean, come on now. Come on. Even the Mr. T cartoon was great. Come on now. Come on. I love me some coffee. All right, let's get to the first story, everybody. We have a weird one. A success, but not an overwhelming one. Something I thought would do better, but's not. Oh, Tom and Jerry for sure. Yeah. Pepe Le Pew. That's right. He-Man. That's right. Thunder the Barbarian. Yes. And Thunder. Thundercats. Hope. There you go. Bugs Bunny. There's way too many to choose from. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. That's right. But something I thought would do a lot better this weekend is kind of disappointing me a little. I was hoping it would bump closer to 150 domestic for a holiday weekend, but no, we're ending up with not quite what I was looking for. That's right. Despicable Me 4 is only on track at the moment for $112 million. I just wish it was more, you know? I bet you they wish it was more, too. These numbers are impressive. Don't get me wrong. They're just not enough. And the world is not enough, Mr. Bond. Let's see. We've got Biker Mice from Mars. Yes, Pamela. Yes. Bonjour, Christian Delorme. But it looks like after a Friday of 23.4, sitting at a 64.4 3-day and a 112, that's still tracking in the range of 110 to 120, but it's much younger audience. Of course it is. Yeah, the Minions appeal to everybody, and there's some other things to talk about there as well. But this is Illumination's 12th title with Despicable Me 4, and it's still tracking at number 1. So it holds the most number 1 debuts of any animated franchise ahead of Shrek. Inside Out 2 is about 10.8 in its 4th Friday, an estimated 3-day of 31, and a running total of 535 by end of day on Sunday. So it's about 6% of incredibility at the 24-day point. So it's going to do well. Everything else is down from there. You got Quiet Place Day 1, Maxine, which is supposed to be amazing. Can't wait to see it. Mia Goth is in this thing. This is part of the trilogy of Pearl and, the other name fell out of my head. Bad Boys is hanging in there, but this, 177.3 plus the international, which is a little lower than you'd hope. Not so good. And The Sound of Hope did really well on its open, looking at about 6 to 7 million over the weekend. So there you go. I'm really excited. I think this film is doing fine, just not what I'd hoped for. Let's see what you guys think. It's barely Saturday. I agree. But these projections are based off of trends, and these trends are fairly predictable. So we'll have to see. OG Spider-Man is great. I agree. You guys asked a great question this morning. I think that was Donut Lord. Donut Lord. SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. Bingle, bangle, bungle, I'm so happy in the jungle. I'll have to look that up. I am unfamiliar. Wow, Christian. Thank you. 27 months of membership. And he says this all the time. He is very kind. He says, great content, great hair, great guy. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I still love your car. Tinder Warriors seeing it tomorrow with a friend. Hey, you know, lots of people say good things about it. Pro was a little down on it, but I think it's good. And RC, you are correct. That's a lot of money to, yep. It's good. It is a lot of money. Cynthia says, we saw Despicable Me 4 yesterday. It was cute, funny, loved the ending, though. I admit it was total fan service for those who've seen all the DM, Despicable Me, and Minions movies. Well, I don't care. Fan service is a good thing. Grumpy old Marine vet likes all the old Marvel cartoons. Yeah, those were good. Captain America, Spider-Man, Rocket, Robin Hood. There's a lot of good stuff out there. I just like saying banana. That's right. I tell you what, the summer is going to be okay now because you had such a big number for Inside Out 2. You're going to have a huge number for this movie, Despicable Me 4, and you're going to have a big number for Deadpool and Wolverine. The question is, can it be sustained? And I don't think so, because there really isn't a lot coming. Hey, what's up, Admiral Teague? Not much. We just got started with we just got started. I'm sorry, Eric K's super chat just hit me in the face. We just got started with Despicable Me 4. So there's that. Yep. In his Thunderbolt grease slapper, once he's on your tail, he won't quit because you know there's no such word as fail. To Tom's Slick. There you go. Ram Bam, good morning. And hey, it's Rob Altus from across the world. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's some cheddar. It is some cheddar. I got to find that. That's a good one for a big super chat, is the cheddar one. I think I probably still have it. I probably have it. What I also have is this. Something very funny from Eric K. Great content, great boss, okay guy. Thank you, my friend. Jay Willis is taking his grandkids tomorrow. Let me know what you think. I want to hear what everybody thinks about it. DS Ford said, great guy indeed. Is late night coming back? It will. Yeah, it'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. Things got in the way. Life got in the way last Sunday. But this Sunday, we'll have late night with the new format. We're going to keep evolving that to give you something different than what everybody else is doing. Why? Because we like you. Batman Beyond was okay. I agree. Culture, it was nice to hear FNT hailing you last night on their shows. Big return to Rumble. That's right. Yeah, thank you, Lord Shax. No, I love those guys. I consider everybody on that show a friend. And to think, Disparu had I don't know, less than 100 or right around 100 people on that were subscribed to his channel when he came on and did a Sunday show when I was doing the morning one, the Sunday Culture Review. Yeah, it was good. Hey, James Crawford, good morning. Darth Gutierrez, what's up? Man, it's great to see all you, your average Patriot nerd. The very lovely Apollomies. Oh, you're back in the U.S. I thought you were still around the world. Taiwan is amazing. Yeah. Spaceship Vampire. What's up? Universal is successfully executing Disney's old playbook. Yes. Consider this. And again, if you watch today's, you should, by the way, you should go watch Pro's video today because we talk about theme park attendance and just the many, many failings and everything else. It's tied to Tiana's Bayou, and I'm not sure which one got released first, but one of them did. And when this one gets released, you're going to want to look at it because it is startling how poor attendance is at Disney. I mean, my friends in Florida are telling me how bad it is, right? It's amazing. And yet, Universal's jam-packed. Disney, it's light. Universal, 4th of July, jam-packed. Nuts. Crazy stuff. Good morning, Tina. Hope you're doing well. Paul, hello and hail. Jeff Pearson, what's up? Thank you, Jay Willis. Do let me know. I want to know. Richard B., good morning. And Gamer Plush. Sup, Mr. Culture Casino? Well, I'm awake. I've been awake since early. I was up at 5 so I could record with Pro. And my buddy Lou, who's amazing. He actually helped put some of these stories together today. Speaking of which, here's some stuff that I always want to talk about. Thoughts on the movie Logan. I think it's a good way to do Old Man Wolverine, but I think in the same breath, I will say that was one of the prepper films to get you ready for strong, powerful lemons. Retrospectively, it's gotten worse in my opinion, but it's still a good movie. So there's that. The Magic Kingdom looked very crowded yesterday on the Raina stream. Well, probably because for 26% of the times, the ride formerly known as Splash Mountain was not open. They also had many attractions go down. But yeah. Dude, Chato was spitting fire. I love that guy. He's so much fun. A boot to the head. Yep. Yep. Why would I celebrate 4th of July at a place that hates America? This is a good question, considering they hardly dressed up anything for it. Crazy stuff. Hey, what's going on? The Smoking Man, Cash Kester, and Angmar, what's up? Good to see you. The lovely Southern Belle, good morning. Oh, and there's my pal, my buddy, my friend, Mexican Iron Man for $10. $10, 10 Culturino bucks. Whatever you want to call it. He says, new show. Streaming casino. Watch live as Culture changes how many shows he does in a week. What he does and why. The twist, Mexican Iron Man uses a staple gun on his eyelids so he can stream 24/7. Okay, so this is probably the least, damaging things you've suggested. I could probably go out. I could probably do 2 days. With bathroom breaks and food. But thank you, Mikey. Oh, just a quick reminder, you can hit the thumbs up button on any Super Duper chat that comes through, and I can add a little heart for all of you. I love that. Look at that. I can even give a heart to Mexican Iron Man, who wants me to stream 24/7. That's right. Oh, have you guys checked out the game channel yet? It's going great guns, thanks to all of you. Already over 1,200, on our way to 13. Whew, pretty stoked. Yep. Jay Willis with a 99-cent Super Duper sticker. It is a purple cat. Thank you. I like Super Duper stickers. I like that they use animals because I'm fond of animals. So there's that. In your best Falcon Cap voice. You need to do better, Disney. Yeah. It is what it is. You know what? For these super chats, I'm going to do something I don't do very often. I'm going to say thanks. If I can find it. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. If I spelled the cheddar right, it would be great. All right. I found it. Okay, so, well, give it a go.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys, yeah.
There you go. There's some sweet cheddar for you all. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man, Eric K., and everybody. Jay Willis, and of course, everybody else. You guys are incredible. I can't believe it. All right, we need to move on. We're going to talk about some things that really bothers me. Some things that really bother me. There are lots of them. I'm sorry, I'm channeling my Joe moment. All right. You're being used. You are. You're being used. Whether you believe it or not. Good morning, the lovely Sherry. Hey, Popa Chalupa. They're taking your words and they're taking your images. They're taking all of anything that you offer up to the internet and they're using it without your consent. Who's the users? Who's the people that are doing this? Well, it's the AI creeps, the AI giants that are training systems on pictures of kids without consent. This is actually happening. This is a true story. But obviously they're doing it to you and me and everybody, but kids, targeting kids. So, a recent investigation by Human Rights Watch has uncovered a disturbing trend in AI development, where the images of children are being used to train artificial intelligence models without consent, potentially exposing them to significant privacy and safety risks. And here is where I'm going to say we truly need to have better rules and regulations when it comes to AI. AI cannot have a built-in political bias, nor language bias, nor anything else that's actually against what we have here in the United States. That's problem one. Problem two, we cannot allow it to have access to kids. We shouldn't allow it to have access to us. I think it should be illegal to train it on things like Facebook and Reddit and anything else. I think there's a pretty easy way to fix this, and it comes down to actually having privacy laws and not allowing companies to allow you to opt out of them. It shouldn't be done, because this is only the beginning of a problem. Seriously. So Ars Technica reports that the Human Rights Watch researcher Hai Young Han has discovered that popular AI datasets such as Leon 5B contain links to hundreds of photos of Australian children. These images, scraped from various online sources, are being used to train AI models without knowledge or consent of the children or their families. Set that all aside. I don't care about that part of it. Well, I care deeply about that part of it, but I think that this shouldn't be being done anyway. It should be baseline illegal. It should be something that we can prosecute people for, etc. We should be able to tear them apart. We should be able to destroy any entity that does something like this. You can't target kids. Full stop. Full stop. Anyway, so Hahn's investigation, which examined less than 0.0001% of the 5.85 billion images in the data set, identified 190 photos of children from all of Australia's states and territories. The sample size suggests that the actual number of affected children, well, could be significantly higher. No kidding. That's an understatement. Astronomical. Perhaps even more alarming is the fact that some of the URLs in the data set reveal identifying information about the children, including names and locations. Folks, we need to be very serious about privacy. This is happening in Australia. Imagine a country the size of the United States or India or China. I mean, I'm sure they'll both of those the nations will take care of themselves. But here in the United States, it's time to wake up. Time to wake up for this. It doesn't get any better, and you know you're in a position now where people are going to use this data to make creepy, disgusting, terrible things, and it could be eventually tied back to any of these children. This really bothers me. Hey, Deeple. Good to see you. Trinoculus P. Adobe. This is nuts. Southern Belle for $2 to Culture Casino Buckaroos says Disney cheap on attractions, overpriced foods. All of that's true, which is why Tiana's Bayou Adventure with the appropriate 2BA, to be announced, acronym there. It's going to be announced if it's going to be open at all. 26% downtime, but yeah, real problems. And Kate Roberts, this is where I'm at right now. Parents will have to bring the smack down. Yes. AI developers are currently stealing billions of dollars of data and images. This is true. They should be held accountable. All of this stuff is really bothering me, and it has been for a while. And the fact that, we have stories, we have a data set that we can look at. Disturbing. Whew. Let's see what you guys are saying out there. It should be illegal, but it'll take forever, and hackers still will. That's just true, but we can fight back. Honestly, we just need to. And anybody that's found to be doing this should be put away forever. Can't tolerate it. You're already sacrificing children's futures before they even grow up. I think you have to start at a state level to push forward these things so that the federal government actually reacts. So it's got to come, you're right, it has to start at the local level. I think you're right, grumpy old Marine vet. I think you are. Slender says AI will tend toward a bias automatically based on, however, the numbers it's exposed to lean. That's true. Ironically, if it's the devs, the bias will be left. If it's the customers, it'll lean right. How about you just remove the bias altogether and just give it a clean data set and no predisposition to lean into any leftist ideology or way of speaking? Because if proper grammar and everything is fed into a machine, it will reject all the slanted bologna sausage that's being put into it now. Yeah, AI should never be allowed near social media. I agree. Yeah, you're correct. Thanks to Goofle, we have the bias that we have. And, we had some really weird images come out of them. That's for sure. Michael Gonzalez for two Culturino bucks. I've got to figure out a thing to call it. I really do. Culture coins. Tried that one before. I don't know if it sticks. Are you channeling Jason Hunt of Sci-Fi For Me TV? I guess. Jason's a hero of mine. Sci-Fi For Me TV is a great channel. And he's a good dude, and I have not seen him in a while. I need to talk to him. He's a good man. I channel Mr. Smith in the Matrix. Wow, that was close. That's right. Rogue Thinker asks a good question. If they're public photos, then what is the problem? Is it targeting kids, or are kids simply part of its data set? Doesn't matter. I think regardless of whether or not they're public photos, and I understand and do defend public photography, don't get me wrong, but I do think that every effort should be made not to target children. I think it's relatively easy to stop that from happening. And I don't think kids should ever be part of any data set. Sorry. Unless it's for purposes of, solving a medical issue, I don't think you should have children. And again, that issue should only be something that children suffer from, or we could prevent in children. That's it. You have to actually apply some ethics to this stuff. I also think that the fact that Disney collected your data from your park visits forever because of public photography, you have a database of images that have already been surrendered to one of the worst, most evil companies now in the United States. Yes, I just called Disney evil, folks. And it pains me to do so. Let's move on. We've got SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor for another 5 CultureCasino bucks. New show, Mexican Iron Man Grill Master. Oh, I like this. Every week he teaches the best way to grill out the best food. With CultureCasino as special guest, I would love to do that. I love to cook. I love to eat. I like food. I'm hungry now. If I eat like 20 minutes later, I'm hungry again. Yeah. Bingo, bangle, bungle. I'm so happy in the jungle. Says, can't wait for the AI bubble to burst like the crypto bubble. But then again, get rich quick bros will find another nerd plaything to hype dump money on. True. And Australia has no privacy rights. I agree with that. Dave, I think you're wrong. I think it's almost all gone. I don't think it's long gone. But in almost every respect, you're correct, which bothers me. Yeah. Well, we do pretend like it does, Slender, but look, the EU is actually starting to take privacy seriously. Plus, it's a way for them to get money from all the tech companies. We need to start doing that in the United States. Animation Overlord says, how's it going? Fantastic, actually. Except, when it comes to collecting, images of children by AI, that's bad. I recently de-Googled my phone. Amazing how much that one thing did to save battery. Also, no social media apps on it. And I'm now using Proton Mail for email. Well, I'm about to make that switch myself. So, Ingmar for another 10 CultureCasino Culture Bucks. Culture Coin. I need a better thing. Somebody come up with a better thing, please. Anyway, for $10, thank you. I've been noticing that a lot of studios are consolidating. True story. Yeah. And has me wondering, with lack of competition, does that mean we'll keep getting bad entertainment? Thoughts? No, it guarantees it. So, competition is important. It helps you move forward. It helps you not dwindle on your or rest on your laurels, I guess. Probably the better way to say it. If you have no competition, you have no incentive to change what you're offering, other than the profit. Entertainment's a little bit more volatile because people just stop giving you money. Right now, the phenomenon in gaming alone, which obviously with the new gaming channel I started, that game place, with that Park Place folks. Obviously, gaming is turning itself inside out, which means these three AAA studios, these 3A studios, whatever you want to call them, they're going to struggle for a long time to come. Same thing with television and film. There is no compelling reason to keep a streaming service year-round. Take advantage of a free trial to binge something, and we'll start to see a lot of these studios just fall apart. That's what's actually happening to Paramount Global. You think about it. Paramount, which still controls some very expensive things and good television products, is falling apart. If after the other offers window closes and Skydance ends up there, well, they're going to experiment with whatever they can to make popular entertainment. So perhaps Skydance is better off acquiring Paramount than anybody else. I've always suggested that. In fact, that's the direction I thought they were tipping. One of the last people you want to get a hold of it is IAC, which is Barry Diller. He is like a death knell for things now. But your question is good. I think regulation needs to actually come back into the mix when it comes to antitrust and cartels and things like that. I think it's an area that we've strengthened twice in this country, and then over time, the powers that be, through money and lobbying, have loosened it up again, which is how you end up with tech giants acquiring their competition before their competition's even allowed to get started. The sheer vast amounts of money that these entities control. The tech industry is destroying entertainment. I mean, if you're looking for the source, it's coming out of tech. There's that. So hopefully that was helpful. I don't know. The inane ramblings of Culture Casino. Yeah, MasterCard selling biometrics on you to other companies. And this is the other problem. Data sales shouldn't be allowed. Data acquisition for purposes of conducting business is the only thing you should be allowed to do. And outside of a username and password, you really shouldn't be tied to a lot of stuff. So there's that. Scrolling. Oh, no, I understand the premise here, Slender Dad. Yeah, data sets always tend to be right-leaning after interactions with customers. Yeah, then the devs go in and manually program the bias to lean left instead every time. Yes, I know. I mean, the thing is, when presented with information and interaction, you're always going to get a more conservative AI, which is safe for humans. Also safe for humans, Luke Korolowitz and his comic. It's coming soon. Hey, what's up, Channel Surf? Culture Clams. There you go. Actually, there's a suggestion in the box. Let's get to the... Hey, it's Keto Simple. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Dustin. We got Eric K for 2 Culture Cash. I love it. That may be what we do. And it came from the master of mods, the Mensch of Wrenches, for 2 Culture Cash. That's right. You know, for those of you who actually support me on the Green Machine, I would like to say thank you. I have 3 or 4 people over there now that are monthly helpers, which I think is great. Got to figure out something special to do for y'all. If it's a Culture Casino, we need chips and tokens. Well, there's the Culture Casino chips. I started handing these out at the very first meetup event, and I have another set, the last one of the chips, because then we're going to cards, which were designed by Jaffo, by the way, the card backs anyway. We're going to do one last one, the black ones. They will be at the San Antonio meetup. coming up here soon. There'll also be a couple of the following meetups. And I'm thinking about going back and buying a full set of everything one last time. After that, they're a collector's item. So there you go. I miss the 80s and 90s. Me too. But look, the generation coming up now is casting aside all this crazy because they see it for what it is, and they're being a little bit more thoughtful about stuff. So there's that. I'm going to drop another thank you here in a second, but before I do so, SFXF314 Sabertooth Raptor for 5 Culture Cash. I like it. That's going to stick, I think. 5 Culture Cash. New show, Mexican Airmen and Culture Casino building computer contest. I would whoop them. They must build the most tricked out water-cooled system. The desk is the case. Easy mode. Easy mode. You're putting that all in my wheelhouse. Easy mode. Culture Cash. Love it. Culture Cash. Let's see who else. Culture Casino Pearls. I could sell those to the ladies. Ladies! All right. Culture Casino Gold. Oh my goodness, it's the lovely Tina Beebe. Good morning, dear. I hope you're doing well. She says, good morning, Culturites, listening in the background. All right. Hey, Conrad Smith. Saturday is great. This has been a good day, although a couple stories to start off with. Oh, but hey, I have a chip for you, Eric K. Calm down. Slender Dad, you can have one too. Anybody can have them. Anybody. All right, let's jump in. We got one more story for sure. Actually, I got a bunch of more stories for sure. I'm not going to talk about any article around this. This is just me being me. And you may have seen some of this data already, but I'm going to give you my perspective quickly about the complete collapse of anything tied to Disney, most specifically Star Wars. I'm not going to talk about, I don't want you guys to run away because some people are like, I don't want to talk about that glide anymore, which I understand. Okay, I get it. I don't either. But I'm just going to say, in this context, Disney's not winning. They're losing. They're losing so badly that they can't even chart. This is Streaming Originals Television from June 28th to July 4th of 2024. This is numbers coming out of Luminate, right? Which is weird because that's an entity, a platform that is owned by Variety, PMC Media, which means everybody has it because there's only one trade that's not owned by PMC, and that's The Wrap, which is owned by Sharon Waxman, who's a complete Looney Tune. Anyway, and that's an opinion, so I think she's a Looney Tune. Anyway, so do you see something missing on this list, folks? Is there something missing here? I mean, the Bears doing amazingness. Amazing. But let's look at the Bear, $1.2 billion, right? Worst roommate ever, $637.5 million. But as you scroll down, you look at Bridgerton. Ladies love Bridgerton. And Love Island, which makes no sense to me. They're doing pretty well as well. But look what you don't see. You see The Boys is falling, which is funny. But you see at the bottom here, Presumed Innocent. Okay. It's an Apple show. There's no Acolyte. The only thing remotely close to Disney is Hulu. Except they still don't own it. They still haven't negotiated the final amount of money to pay it off. But where is it? You don't see Disney Plus anywhere, do you? It gets worse. You don't see anything here that says Disney Plus or even Hulu. This is the Streaming Originals film. Where's Disney Plus? I don't see it. Huh. So ask yourself this question. How successful is Disney? Are they lying? Thank you, Terry Rose, for 2 Culture Cash. Says, false accusations become easier. Big fat lies. True story. Hey, Tenebrae, good to see you. Yeah, where is this? There's nothing from Disney. Yeah, outside of Hulu with the bear, there's nothing. Courtesy of Mac. By the way, Mac, if you're here, thank you for all that you do. I try to say that every couple of weeks because Mac works really hard gathering all this data for all of us. So now it's known. Thank you. Good follow on Twitter. The Bear is the name of a show now. Yeah, actually, The Bear's in its 3rd season. It's about a chef who used to work at a high-end location but had to go back home to Chicago to run his family's sandwich shop, I think, sandwich restaurant, whatever. So he feels like it's a step down, but it's because of a tragedy. And we got 3 seasons of it. A lot of people like the show. And it just had its premiere. So there's that. Anyway, once again, thank you, Terry Rose. I appreciate it. Southern Bell's like, no, not all ladies like Bridgerton. All right. Admiral T's like, I still enjoy Hulu. So do I. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tim? You should be checking out Tim's talk. He's great. He's great. Humphrey Bear says, Disney is good at making bad shows. Yes. Yes. Disney Plus is on in our house like 5 hours a day. What are you watching? I really want to know, Dustin, because I don't see a value in it anymore. I mean, if I wasn't, compelled because of what I do to talk about some of this stuff, I wouldn't have it at all. I wouldn't. And I want to say hi to Scott Westbrook. It's good to see you, bud. Yeah, but you're going to want to watch both of the videos today over on WDW Pro's channel. You're going to want to watch. Also, I dropped the video early this morning about, and it was a video I did with Comics Division about Russell T. Davies and his craziness. And he even admits that Doctor Who's failing. And it's basically what they intended to do. Because guess what? They target children. Doctor Who was targeting children with all of this nonsense. All of this political nonsense. Grumpy Ol', I agree with you. Grumpy Ol' Marine Vet is correct on Green Machine. For those of you over there, thank you. Lord Shack's Culture Clips when you want to get loaded. Vic, what's up? Vic over on Green Machine. For those of you with the whales next to your name, thank you for your support. You're amazing. But Victor Fontaine, says, what is funny is there's not one show on that list that interests me in the least. Well, you're not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you when you're far away. Little Michael for you. Anyway, Southern Bell 777 for 5 Culture Cash. Cultureinos. Bridgerton made fans mad this season and set up for an FU for season 4. Oh, no. Yeah, they did make some change from the books, I heard. But that's terrible news for the ladies. Good news for me, though, because you sent me 5 Culture Cash. I appreciate it. Wasn't The Bear a movie with Bob Hoskins? Yes, there was a movie with Bob Hoskins. Yeah, man. We miss Bob. We do. Tasty, you're back in the 80s says, sometimes it's not toxic fans. Your shows just genuinely bad. Well, in the case of Doctor Who, it's terrible. They could not stay above on an average of 4 million. So it is what it is. JPRPH1, good to see you. I'm not sure if Disney ever tells the truth. You're correct, sir. Oh, Herbie. That's right. Love Bug. I love Love Bug. Now I have the song in my head. I feel like that was an interesting use of a flute or something. Yeah. Kaiser Sose says, there's a lot of good content on Tubi for free. Yes, and that's why Tubi is scaring the pants off of these pay-for streaming services. Because you just pay if you're one of those services, you just pay a small licensing fee to air the content and run commercials. And people, for some reason, stick around. It's almost like television. Oh, wop wop. What's up? We got Ghost Fixter here. Good morning. It's good to see you. Nobody keeps up with Disney shows, so you are not alone. Tenebrae, I'm with you. Sack, Russell T. Davies. Yes, please. Yes, please. What's up, Sonder? Good to see you. Tina. Tina types out a long one. Let's read it. I despise the whole concept of Bridgerton. Gives people a false vision of history. Oh, so true. But it's for adults. What's Disney's disgusting excuse, aiming their filth towards children? I know. Or, as the drinker would say, don't know. No, actually, we all know what it is. And it starts with a G, and you can't say it on this platform. In fact, I had to put the censorship stamp on the video I dropped about Russell T. Davies, admitting that his show is garbage, full of garbage, deliberately garbage aimed at kids. Wouldn't you know it? That's Disney money. Disney's just destroying things left and right. Ram Bam, I agree with you, but I can't put that on the screen. So there's that. Cynthia Cutter says, not into tacky agenda tinged, there's the word, period, soap operas. Yeah. Well, it is aimed at ladies. Ladies, sorry, that's a terrible joke. The boss will throw a shoe at me or something later, probably. If you aren't familiar with that piece of history, it happened. The boss winged a flip-flop at me. It was, I think, one of mine. Crazy. Accident seller for 20 Norwegian krona. Acolyte makes me thankful for House of the Dragon. Let me tell you, House of the Dragon is doing everything right. I mean, first of all, show's targeted at adults, not kids. Some kids may see it, or, some older kids may see it, teenagers perhaps, but, outside of the dragons is not a whole lot of appeal for kids. Then you have, of course, just great storytelling. Even though you make some changes here and there, you do it in a way that doesn't change the story at all, and it's not done in a way that destroys the story. So there's that. Yeah. Dave Cable, I wish I could highlight that. Oh, wop wop. Hey, Bodie Lee, what's up? Says Disney is going to ruin the Fantastic Four. Not going to, already did. Yes. Oh, I need to get some more information, but I think I'll probably do a video on that this week. We're not drifting into PG-13. Have I said anything close? No. Sultan Al Fahim. Good to see you, my friend. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Jan Monroe says, there's a famous scene from Bridgerton with a lady putting on her corset. Would have been better if she'd put the corset on up and right side up. Oh. Okay? Wouldn't even know. But what I do know is this. We had, and this is going to be for just about 8 to 10 minutes, folks, unless you guys go bananas with the super chats. We're going to dive a little bit into some politics because we're about an hour in. Nobody's going to watch me for an hour that's on the, on the review side of things. I mean, maybe they will, but usually it's about 15 minutes. The AI will get this, and then this won't be monetized anymore. But we're going to talk a little bit about what happened politically in the last 2 weeks. For no other reason than it's got the entertainment world flipping out, because it's entertainment news that I cover primarily here from the business side of the equation. And right now it's bad business for entertainment because of how they spend their money and the direction they're trying to drive the country by changing our culture. It's bad business if your leader of everything is got a perception problem. And so after a debate with an orange man, we had negative reactions all over the place. And for good reason. I mean, if you would be panicking if your spearhead of allowing you to get away with everything was having trouble, was in big trouble, was likely going to sink a lot of your efforts, especially financially. You have entire groups of people saying, you're not getting any of our money, giant group of political operatives, if this political person, this leader, remains in place. I mean, you would figure that would be the activity. So when you look at the stories coming out of places like Variety, you had an interview with George Snuffleupagus. Stephanopoulos. But, hey, bird. Anyway, so you had this interview, and there were some really good, like, not cutting the meat questions, right? Like, just like, here's not a softball. And there were a lot of them. And let me tell you, watching other people cover this was fun last night. But I guess the interview was a necessary appointment with the public, for some, and a botched one. I think it's an accurate headline in some ways. I don't know that it was a necessary appointment. I think that this is not the optics you want to send. And the fact that ABC, which is Disney, folks, that's Disney, just remember who the players are here. Abigail Disney's not going to give money. Not that Abigail's real happy with the company right now, but she will, voted to keep Iger in place. Another figurehead that's doing very little and wrecking everything, just in a corporate sense. But the prevailing opinion of all of the trades this morning were that this was bad. You can't argue with that. It was terrible, to be fair. And, it's funny, everybody's pointing out that all of a sudden he has a spray tan. Well, he does. Some of the other unkind coverage elements come out of places like Breitbart and things like that. But it's not inaccurate. He looked a bit orange. I mean, doesn't he? Normally he's much more pale. And this is all a reaction to how he looked on the stage the other day. So you had a 30-minute special Friday night that was taped earlier in the day, and it covered an awful lot. And after the June 27th debate, things were a hot mess. The press appearance was a 22-minute interview that ABC aired without edits or interruption, and was less an opportunity to clear the air than a necessary appointment, and a deferred one at that, coming 8 days after his soft-spoken, diffident, and confusing responses to an eminently fact-checkable Trump, dissembling and outright lying without a proper response, plunged his campaign into chaos. Well, first of all, fact-checking is garbage. I think we all can agree because it's inaccurate. Rarely is accurate. And they eventually have to come along and correct it, like the very fine people lie. And some of the other things that certain people went into saying again. The current occupant of the White House continues to repeat the same bleach lie, which, when fact-checked, is what it is. So the entertainment complex is flipping out because they're going to be throwing money at a problem that won't go away. Let's hit the thumbs up button on Supers, and let's take a look at Toxic Man Flu, who says, morning, 36 months a member, 3 whole years living the dream. Sir, I appreciate you. You are part of the dream. Dave Bob, I have never seen a president so protected by the media. Well, that's because we firmly established teams. And that protection has been going on for 6 or 7 years. So there's that. Oh, the meme material is fantastic, Dave Cable. Indeed. Yeah, same. When Pedro got casted as Reed Richards, I lost my enthusiasm for Fantastic Four, yeah. Oh, man, Gladiator 2 looks so bad. Oh, and there's Toxic Man Flu's member chat. Thank you for that. Hey, Mavis Beacon, what's going on? Orange Man versus Tangerine Man. Kind of, yeah, now. I was asked a question the other day, privately. I won't reveal who it was. But they're like, do you think that the Trump campaign will participate in another debate? Not unless and I said, there's no incentive there. Unless they change candidates, which is completely up to this guy's control right down here. Unless they change candidates, what would be the point? There's no upside. This guy has to go out and campaign if he's capable. He clearly isn't because he didn't for the previous cycle. He got hidden away, hanging out in the basement. If you look around the country at rallies that are held state to state, hundreds of thousands of people go to those. It's a very public sign of what's happening. It's one of the things that was actually part of a ridiculous statement that he made about drawing people to events. And Stephanopoulos, to his credit, said, I wouldn't lean into that competition, Joe, because Trump draws people. He's right. I don't know if I'd talk about politics, but as a business, I have to. And, Variety has to. Deadline has to. Hollywood Reporter has to. Of course, they're owned by the same media company. But everybody has to. The Letches over at Rolling Stone have to. All of these entities now, everybody, the lockstep of the media. If you don't think the media is aligned together on one team, for the most part, unless they're calling something right-wing or whatnot, I think everybody's finally realizing you've been lied to for a while now by a form of collusion. They can't have their business and their plans tied to that business be interrupted. And that's that. Thank you, Jay Willis, for being here. I appreciate it. Grumpy old ninja, I think. Grumpy old Marine vet. Says, as a veteran and son of a WW2 veteran, World War II, I am ashamed of that man in the White House. I remember watching the evacuation of Saigon when my dad was 54. I was 54 watching the evacuation of Afghanistan. Man now, You kitchen table dog face pony soldier. That's funny. The Battle of the Orangemen. That's right. Thank you, Accident Seller. I appreciate it. You are funny. Got some great. I'm crazy. There we go. I had to put a heart on that. El Santo says, don't want to be negative, but your current president has made a lot of bad decisions. I don't know that anybody's going to disagree. I don't think so, anyway. Whew. Guys are spitting fire out there. Nah. Paul says he was sick, so he got some sun in his basement. That's all. Well, probably. I think everybody liked your super chat. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, buddy. Pamela Dunham says, I keep saying politicians, like diapers, need to be changed often. And for the same reason. I think we have to term limit every single position in Congress, the Senate, everything. And I think that federal judges should be term limited as well to like 4 years, because it's so easy to corrupt the judiciary, which is what they've been doing. This is actually true, Dave Bob. Jill definitely is going to hang on to those drapes. So true. Accident Seller again for 20 Norwegian krona, some culture cash. Media perpetuates bloodbath, quote, out of text. Yeah, out of context. Yes, of course. That's what media does. We just talked about the collusion. Yeah. Toxic Man Floofs gives 10 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, Toxic Man Flu. I hope you're doing well. You better be around to produce my show on Sunday, bro. Okay? Anyway, thanks, man. So that means Paul, that service dog show. This is a cool name, by the way. Mavis Beacon, Tenebra, T-Rex 007, George, Crass Socks, Chaz, Tracy, LLC, and Cajun Child all get Culture Casino memberships. That's right. Hang on to those. We're going to be having a member stream here pretty quick. Going to try and do more and more of those every month. But thanks once again to Toxic Man Flu. All right. Got one more super chat I want to grab. I don't know what it is. The whole morning's been like Knight Rider. Dalu! The stream started buffering just then. Of course. I have perfect signal. My upload should be like a rolling stone. Yeah, I think there are some bodies that you don't want to have change because you want there's something called constancy. And there are elements that need to have it. I think a Supreme Court in not just federal but state level, that gives you constancy. And you know, those decisions are very important. There's a reason there's 3 branches of government, and there's a reason why California compromised them in the way that they drop their everything now. You have, when you don't have an electoral college or something similar structured in your state, counties, et cetera, and the way the voting is set up, you end up with what California does, and you are being ruled by 4 cities. And all of the surrounding areas are like, we have no representation here. You're right, you don't. That's one of the reasons why we are a representative republic as far as our democratic style of government goes, which CNN got their butts kicked on a couple weeks ago, which I laughed. But there's a reason for that. And again, it allows for the vast majority of people not to come under the boot heel of densely populated areas. Because you don't want the people that are growing your food and doing everything, the flyover states, to be left out of representation. So, yeah. Holy cow, it's the Sundowners Club. Check it out. The Sundowners Club is a great channel, good friend, and somebody that I interviewed a couple Fridays ago. Yeah, it was a great show. Yep. Monday. I don't think he is. And I don't think he will. I don't think it happens. And there's financial motivations here for everybody involved, but I don't see it happening. I've been burgled. We need to get younger people in office, not people on their last leg. Look, I'm willing to admit that if I were to try to run for an office, I could only do it for a couple terms. There would be, first of all, it would be impossible for me to be in office more than 12 years. I'm getting old. You don't want old people. I mean, you want older people. That's why the presidency is set at a firm limit of 35. I think from 35 to 45 or maybe 55 at the most should be your window. A lot of people can probably work up until 65, but when you start to get older than that, things change. Your brain changes. Everything changes. So let's just be fair. Toxic Man flew for 2. Culture Cash says, with the family, have a good show, Culture. Yes, sir. Thank you. You're amazing, and I appreciate you. Hello, guest. Never know what you're going to get. True story. Gifties. There's Jaffo. I just talked about you and the great art you're doing. And I will turn Gilded back on so I can get back with you. So, Jillian N., great to see you. Da-da-da-da. Ram, bam, 3,000 for £5 sterling Culture Cash. That's right. No, there are 4 branches, the people being the 4th. We need to start doing our job. This is so true. This is so true. This is so true. Caffeinated me. Hale, tell us more about CNN getting their butts kicked about that. Well, the people spoke and educated them on the fact that we don't live in pure democracy. Pure democracy is mob rule. We don't have that. No place should. Although the UK is about to have that, for which I'm very sorry. Rambam 3000. You guys are in for 6 years of Hades. And you replaced one WEF stooge for a different WEF stooge. You had a not very aggressive WEF stooge before. Now you have an incredibly aggressive, extreme person. It's bad. Hey, James Davis. Hello. Cartoons of the 40s and 50s, Looney Tunes. I am with you. Yeah, I like the old ones. I like the war cartoons. Constitutional Republic, Representative Republic with a constitution. Constitutionally based Representative Republic. Yeah, all those things fit. That's what we are. Pure democracy is 3 wolves and 2 sheep voting on what's for dinner. It's going to be the sheep every time. Richard Tracy, this is great. Otherwise known as the great detective, Dick Tracy, which I'll say, that's not a bad word. It's a name. Any thoughts on Inside Out 2 making so much money? Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's uncharacteristic for Disney. I think it's their first shot at $1 billion. Looks like it's already there, or will be if it's not. I think it is. getting there. But I think it's going to run out of runway here in the next week, and I think that'll be fine. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it shows Disney that you got to not put the message in there. And by cutting out some of the messaging that was in there and doing it in a way that didn't look sloppy, they were able to save that film and actually have it make a profit. And still, they were still pushing their messaging about the two girls liking each other. They still got that message out there just by alternate means and not the film itself. So there's that. Culture Casino Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. That's right. Yep, 1.1 billion is where it's at now, yeah. So, and like I said, I mean, here in the States, that thing is cleaning up. It's not doing the kind of international numbers that you would hope for, which is kind of a bad sign for Pixar. When you look at box office, and one of the people that talk about this brilliantly, of course, is Odin, over on his channel. You usually see a box office in the States that's about 1/3 of the total box office and 2/3 of the international. That's what it should be. Right now, you're sitting at equal parts or very close to that. That's not normal, which means that it's not getting as much play outside of the U.S. So what does that say? I think further analysis is needed there, to be fair. Yeah, Disney's starting to pay the price for their political garbage, even at the parks. True, but they're also paying the price at the parks with the fact that they are pricing people out of it. All right, let's jump into this because we got more to get to, more things to get to. Hey, Rob Alta sent a member chat. Almost 3 whole years living my dream. Thank you for that, Rob Altus. Look at you guys. Back to it, though. Yeah, so they're paying the price of charging too much. But there's another function that's happening right now. Everything's too expensive that goes along with it. Not just the theme parks, but everything in your life. You're paying more for groceries and everything else. And we're going to take a look at that because, well, Big Lots is in big trouble. Big Lots is a place a lot of people will shop. People on the bargain hunting side of things will go to Big Lots because they buy Big Lots and they sell products at a discount, whatever it happens to be. So Big Lots execs are warning of doubt about the company's ability to continue. This is a big discount store. In some places, it's one of the few stores around people. It's kind of like, you have like 2 pharmacies in town and one closes. You end up with a pharmacy island. Same thing with doctors, grocery stores, et cetera, et cetera. You've got places in the United States that because of very bad policies and very bad selection of leaders and, prosecutors, et cetera, where businesses are closing. And it's a function of several things, but the economy is certainly one of them. I mean, who thought it would be a good idea to charge to pay $25 an hour to fast food workers? People who are trying to eliminate fast food. Yeah. And you know what? John the Beagle's right. This did happen to the dollar store. But we'll continue. I want to read this one. So the popular discount store Big Lots has alerted financial regulators in recent filings, I should say, that the company's staggering losses over the last 2 years have raised substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue. The Ohio-based homeware retailer of around 1,400, good gravy, reported a dramatic $132 million loss in the first 3 months of 2024, after trending downwards in 2022. Recent quarterly filings submitted to the U.S. SEC revealed that the financial setbacks forced Big Lots executives to eat through their spare cash, which was meant to cover the cost of stock. Oh, boy. Can't buy stuff. They can't replace the stuff. that they put in their stores. It's not good. So based on our current cash and liquidity projections, the uncertainties with respect to the mitigating effect of management's plans, the company has concluded that there is a significant likelihood that it will be unable to comply with the excess availability covenant under the 2022 credit agreement and the term loan facility within the next 12 months. So that raises substantial doubt that the company's ability to continue as a going concern. That means they're going to fold, or they could. They need a mass influx of cash. It's not great. It's bad news. It's very bad news. There are places in the country, like I said, where this is where they go to get their home goods. Yeah, inflation is killing you. Inflation is a government tax. Most people don't realize that. Do you know how you get inflation? You print too much money, which devalues the currency, which robs your savings, which robs your investments, which robs everything else. Only the very wealthy are unaffected by inflation. Most people don't know that. You guys do. I have a smart audience. Slender Dad sends his member chat. Good to see you, buddy. I appreciate you. Hell yeah, I'll waste a member chat for attention. Well, you can have it, buddy. You can have it. It's good to see you. Thank you for your support. 7 months of which, yeah. Iowa's an island now. Yeah, there are places where you just don't get anything anymore. Well, your option becomes Amazon. That's a terrible way to do business. You're going to get rid of all the brick and mortar things around you. Inflation's terrible. It destroys things. Yep. Yeah, it's telling, and I think somebody here mentioned the dollar store got pounded too, and whoever that was, you're 100% right. But yeah, bargain stores are the ones suffering. I mean, access to stock, replacement supply, et cetera, et cetera. Jillian N. with 5 CultureCasino memberships. Thank you very much, Jillian. I hope your day is going well. You guys are keeping the channel alive, keeping the lights on, keeping me from starving. I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you so much, Jillian. You were so very generous. You got Dave Cable and Craig McIntosh. Great last name. Anthony, Jason Simpkins. Thank you. And but Fache McBoobin. All becoming members. Thank you. Sander says big lost. Yeah, unfortunately. I have no capital. True story. Brian Telesh says bite inflation. Well, yeah. I mean, again, printing money, bad. The government tried to establish this idea during the last 6 years that if they, or 5 years now, not quite 6, 5 years, where they were just going to give you money. The problem is that they're just giving you back your own money and printing more money that you don't have, devaluing the money that they gave you in the first place. Big problem. Big problem. Hang on. Allergies killing me. Menards is a region. Menards is regional to the Midwest, and Big Lots is national. It's true. It's true. Menards has some good stuff. Yay, Senpai noticed me. You're so funny. Yeah, I think Dollar Tree is just scraping by. Well, they closed a bunch of their California stores. They can't afford to pay their people. Monkey Jeepus. On face. McBooby, the common Irish name. Well, there you go. Yeah, 98 cents only. Those are gone. I think everything's over $2 now. Yep, Dollar Tree, same thing. Modern monetary theory is a joke. If you move $1 from one pocket to another, you don't suddenly have $2, unless you're Disney. You know, it was funny because when David Zaslav came in, he tried to remove that as part of the way that they were taking care of what was happening over at Warner Brothers. And effectively, he got rid of all the bad product. And now they're on the straight and narrow. They might be in good shape. So there's that. Mary Rose Morningson, good to see you. Says, Big Lots near me in Denver closed. Was sad. Well, they had great stuff. Hey, Erica. Erica's awesome. Her and Raph are going to do something big with their channel. Very excited. They tore down Big Lots here and are building an Amazon Fresh. Really, Mavis? Huh. It's a bad time for the UFOs and UAPs because we're occupied with this clown world. That's so true. Oh, well, here's a problem. If there is a change in government and philosophy, there will be a change that will be pushed down upon everybody who's trying to do this ESG, DEI, and everything else, which is another part of the business that the people don't want to do. Hey, good wrench, good to see you. But if that does get shoved down back at them, you're going to have entities like, well, and this should be done, like Vanguard and everybody else, having to change their tune and be held legally accountable. I think there should be $1 trillion fine on each of those. I think each of those entities should pay something so big that they never will consider supporting something that is anti-business, anti-American, anti-capitalist ever again. Because if they didn't have all your capital, they couldn't afford to support all this garbage, all these lies. Okay. Anyway, so Big Lots is in big trouble. But proper decision-making is required in business, especially the entertainment business. And the reason that I brought up David Zaslav and everything else that's going on inside of that entity, Warner Brothers Discovery, is because I've got this story today. DC's Arkham Asylum TV show is not moving forward at Max. Good. Because you're about to make a bunch of bad mistakes with guns thinking around DC. You're going to have a terrible Superman movie with non-fitting costumes for every one of these people involved. This isn't a Superman movie. This is a DC Everybody's Here movie. This is going to be, or was set to be, garbage. Penguin looks good, however, so I think that'll be really, really good. So, this may change into something else. It may stop completely. But if the Batman 2 doesn't do well, nothing like this is going to happen again. And again, this is coming out of the Reeves side, not the gun side. You can't have both sides destroying things at the same time. It's bad for business. I wasn't really looking forward to this show. I am looking forward to Penguin. It's the one thing I think that Reeves is going to do well. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think I'm right? Hard to say. Let's see. Jillian says, in regards to Vanguard and BlackRock and all the others, saying, I hope that happens, not holding my breath, yet you never know. Well, again, And it needs to be. The SEC, the FTC, and every other financial crimes oriented department needs to be focused strictly on the traders, JP Morgan, and all of these other giant entities that manage assets for people. Because if at any point they misrepresented $1, they should be held accountable. Oh, there it is, Accident Seller, the DC All-Stars. Yeah. Look, I don't like the new 52. I think it was where everything really started to go completely wrong with DC. And I think that's actually being represented here. And you have Tom King, which is a detestable human. Oh, Okasa, the ninja, says the Superman movie is a joke. I agree with you. Admiral Teague, I'm already looking forward to skipping the Batman too. Me too. Ooh, the stranger is here. What's up, Daryl? Daryl the derelict. Howdy, buckaroos. Entertainment as we knew it died 10 years ago. Yes. Yes. True story. True story. Terry, I don't know what you said. It disappeared. It never showed up. That's odd. Yeah, if both go bad, this is a true story. If both go bad, both sides of the DC, then DC over. Yeah. Vic, I understand this perspective, but I'll tell you why it's a good thing that it got out in front of the normies, because I don't think they get it. The last thing that he released over at OMG wasn't good. But getting it out there in front of people, it's a good start. Because a lot of people didn't know what was happening. I mean, most people didn't know anything about Chris Rufo and what he uncovered. All these Fortune 500 companies need to be, called on the carpet for what they did. Tony Yaya, you hit on a story I want to talk about. Thank you. You gave me a segue, and you didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. Caitlin Clark receives more WNBA All-Star votes than any other player. Angel Reese comes in fifth. That's right. And an ESPN host recently went on probably one of the most racist tirades I've seen in a while over at ESPN. But Angel Reese is fond of saying the WNBA's recent surge in popularity is not solely about Caitlin Clark. No, it is pretty much about her. The league released the results of the All-Star voting on Tuesday night, and Caitlin Clark emerged from the pack as the leading vote getter with 700,735. Mind you, I bet you people voted many, many, many times. Why? Because I don't believe there's 700,000 fans of the WNBA. Angel Reese came up with fifth with 381,000. So, not quite. She had not quite twice Angel Reese's numbers, but teammate Alea Boston came in second place. That's her teammate with 618,000 votes. So Clark leads all rookies in points, averaging 16.2 and assists 6.9 per game. She's having good stats. So she's also basically bringing up the team to a level that they aren't quite where they weren't quite before. And of course, Reese is a not kind word that I don't use in polite company because she applauded after Chanity Carter sent Clark tumbling to the ground with a vicious blindside hit. These women are evil. Anyway, I just thought that'd be fun. So, Caitlin Clark in less than 20 minutes. And if you enjoy WNBA basketball, which some people do, I know a couple of people, awesome. The sport finally, after a couple decades of being held aloft by the NBA, is starting to grow, which is good. Women are actually supporting their own thing. So there's that. Yeah, these two players had brought this organization out of a coma. Yes, Sam Hampton, indeed. Darth Gutierrez, here's this. I'll say this. Have you seen... I'm not going to say it. Get in trouble. We made a trade for somebody with basically one of the most deadly arms dealers ever in the history of the world to bring somebody home. And that person, interesting. Interesting. All right, we got one final story as we come up on things, and I think it's important. It's a Florida man story, but this time it's about women in Florida. This is coming to us from PJ Media. They have some great stuff sometimes, and I want to say thank you to Lou's Ghost, who actually sent me this. Florida Man Friday. This came out yesterday. Two Karens meet in a parking lot. Uh-oh. This is at a Publix. Oh, if you ever were in Florida and you want good fried chicken, don't go to any place other than Publix. They have the best fried chicken ever. And they even have different types and spicy and everything else. Publix is lovely. And if you are looking for air conditioners, just good air conditioning for the middle of the day, maybe you went to the theme park or something, Publix might be a good place to hang out. Their deli has a lot of good stuff. They have all the fixins to go along with the fried chicken, if that's what you choose. They have great pub subs. It's good stuff. All right, so we'll jump into this. So, oh no, it's premium content. Boo. Darn. So, a case of road rage. Darn. I built it up and it's blocked. It's blocked. Oh, wop wop. Wop wop. Shoot. That's a bummer. Maybe I can find it elsewhere. Let's see. Darn, guys. I feel bad now. I didn't notice it was behind a paywall. Shoot. All right. Well, we got some time left. So, what do you guys want to visit on? What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, I have Brave browser. You're right, Lord Shax. I should. Yeah, I don't like going through the archive. Let's see. Oh, Daily Mail has it. All right, here we go. Why do I have that in my head? Anyway, so Florida Karen is knocked to the ground after I block this element by, there we go. Florida Karen is knocked to the ground by men after she started swinging at him for filming her car park altercation with another shopper at Publix. I think this might be our story, kids. Hello. Look at that. Wow. That's right. A Florida Karen was hit with instant karma after she was knocked to the ground when she became upset at being filmed while arguing with another woman in the parking lot of a local supermarket. The woman, who has not yet been identified, was filmed by a local content creator known as WTF Broward. Well, there you go. Who operates in Broward County and has more than 43,000 followers. Wow, maybe I need to start filming parking lot tussles. The video first sees the man hearing two women arguing by their cars just out of a Publix supermarket in West Palm Beach. Oh, shoot, we got beef over here, he teases as he walks closer to where the action is. Although the argument is hard to hear, it appears the Karen had parked in a disabled parking space despite not having a disability. Yikes! Oh, boy. Man, she got her dukes up. The woman threatened to punch the man if he didn't delete the footage. The second woman can be heard chanting, "You're going to Hades. You're going to Hades. You started it and your kids are too. Thank you. You made my day. At least I'm not dressed like poodoo," she taunted. The man filming is then spotted walking over to both women, one of whom yells, "Put it on YouTube." "We got beef, old lady beef at Publix," he chuckles while he continued to film. Just as it appears the argument between the two women is dying down, the Karen spots the man filming her, walks over to remonstrate with him. "Uh-oh," he mutters into the microphone. "Erase that. Lady, are you crazy? Freaking erase that or I'll punch the fantastic out of you." No sooner had the woman thrown the first punch than she ended up flat on her back. The man attempts to deflect the threat of violence. Look at this. Yeah, but it doesn't end well for Karen. She receives a dose of instant karma, and the next frame, she's laying down. Doesn't look like this went well. You can watch it on, you probably watch this on this guy's channel, WTF Broward. Darn. This would be a video that we would normally watch on Lorena's Welcome to Florida show on Sundays, but I don't think she's having it tomorrow, so you'll have to just deal with my show, the Late Night Culture Show, which isn't so late. Anything, it's pretty wild, right? Oh, it's crazy. No expectations of privacy while having a fight in public. That's true. You can't hit me. Woman, I just did hit you. People are crazy. Twisted Reality says, you can tell by her facial expressions she has a few screws loose. Well, yeah, maybe so. Deeple 101 over on Green Machine says, enjoy a couple of culture ducats. Oh, yeah. From here to avoid the YT tax. Thanks for the Saturday News Roundup. Hail the chat. Hail the chat indeed. From Deeple 101. And thank you for avoiding the taxation without representation. In fact, I'll even highlight it right there. Right here. Kalikio Kitty says, surprised Pikachu face. Yes, she definitely had a surprised Pikachu face. Oh, I am not encouraging violence in any way. I just think it's weird that this is something that happened in a parking lot at a Publix, which is awesome. Publix. Now I'm hungry. I want fried chicken. Tina BB says, Publix does have great fried chicken. Try it if you're ever in Florida. Yeah, or any other. I mean, you have Publix in other states, but yes, do that. They're predominantly in Florida, it seems, though. Both people who park in disabled spaces without any need to do so and people who take it upon themselves to be hall monitors for those spaces are distasteful. I agree with you, Jillian. I do. I really do. Once again, I appreciate all the wonderful support we've had in the chat today. We have a few moments left. To just kind of chat, but I feel like that's weird. Yeah. I found 2 instances on YouTube, but yep, you probably will. It's crazy stuff. I'm so old school, Jillian. Even if I were struck by a lady, I'm not sure it would be within me to react to that. I know that's a little odd, but I just I'm more likely to just grasp the incoming blow or deflect it than I am to do anything in reaction. So, it's so funny. He yells, "You're going to jail! You're going to jail!" Yeah, that song is funny. I see that clip played often when something silly like this happens. Yeah, Ion Face is correct. Public employees and management care about our customers. Yes, they do. Member stream this weekend? Maybe. I mean, if I can muster it up tomorrow, but I have work to do for all of you. If you're not subscribed to that game place, well, you should be, because the gaming channel is coming along. We're doing good, thanks to all of you, and I want it to grow quite a bit. I really do. Joint locking is a wonderful skill. Yes, it is, Andy Masterson. Yes, it is. Jillian's like, not odd. You're a gentleman. Women who appreciate that don't take advantage of it. Well, thank you. I was raised different. I feel bad right now for young people. I mean, the younger generation is, collectively pulling their heads out, but there's like 1.5 generations that recently came up that are just struggling. You have a decent percentage of them that are just, very similar to, X and Z, but closer to X, but not enough, man. They're having to overcome some really tough things. So, hey, Dave Bob's doing good. That's an important thing to know. Kaliki Okedi says, and thanks again, Deeple. I appreciate it. Look at all you guys. Pimo Beta. The chat on the green machine is great today. Okay, here we go. Kaliki Okedi says, you hear that everyone you can get free get a free hit on culture and get away with it. Well, gentlemen, I don't know that I would afford you that courtesy, let's say. Boosh! Publix is great. The media has taught women to act aggressively and to act with violence against people. I think that was one of the problems. I think it's not just that. I mean, it's being done in universities and other places like that. So, yeah, not great. We need to change things about. That service dog show says things are so bad for men. I tell my son that if he goes on a date, he needs a GoPro for his protection against allegations. Well, putting in a dash cam that both faces front and back and maybe even one that's actually mounted on your bumper is a good choice for all people. All people. Hey, Outlaw Bill. Good to see you, buddy. What else is going on? I don't know. We had fun today. I thought we cooked through a bunch of stories, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Made it through 7 stories. Whew. Inside of 2 hours. Not bad. Not bad. What do we got coming up, guys? We got, Vacation Radio's up and running. You can go check out today's video that I dropped. Please do. Please do. I put in a lot of effort on that one. And it also has Comics Division in it. So, and everybody loves Comics Division, right? Right? I think so. I'm going to put it in the chat anyway. I'm going to say new video. And I'll put in the link. Boom. Should be coming up there. Hello. New video. That's right. It's worth your time. I promise. I try not to waste your time. I would do it over on the Green Machine, but I haven't uploaded it to Green Machine yet, so I will later today. If you're open to suggestions, Culture, and enjoy survival horror games, I suggest you play the game Still Wakes the Deep. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, Comics Division does rock. He's amazing. Love the guy. Good friend. And, it's me and him and Beach Punk, which is a way that you can support us, which we talk about actually in the video. I force him to talk about it at the end. But the video is great. It's a lot of fun. And you get some unadulterated opinions from comics. So that's a good time. See what else. That Gameplays dropped a new video last night. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, Space Dave crushed it over there. Space Dave 2000. We've got so much stuff showing up. We may have to go to dropping 2 videos every weekday in the future. We drop in the evening at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just make sure you've got all your notifications turned on and that when you do check it out, hit the thumbs up button so that you don't miss anything. Because believe it or not, cumulatively, the thumbs up button indicates not only that you like something, but that you would like to see more of it. It's, I guess, an additive to the suggestions thing that you get for notifications. So there's that. Yeah, lots of good stuff. I love Lovecraftian horror. I'll have to check it out. Books, check them out. You must be at least this tall to like Comics Division. Well, yeah, if it's 18 inches or taller, I think that's fine. I'm so hungry right now. You guys made me hungry. You made me talk about fried chicken at Publix. It's terrible. It's terrible. We got 5 more minutes, folks. Is there anything? Talk about great creators like WW Pro or Valiant Renegade or, me. Yeah, I'm not narcissist at all. No. There's so much game news. So much game news. You guys see the Gina video I put out? Gina Carano video? That was fun. She just wrecks Disney. So many things are coming out. The Neil Gaiman stuff. Like, guys, don't lean into this. Oh, there you go. Just redirect to Salty Nerd Podcast. I know those guys. I like those guys. They're good guys. They're my friends. I like my friends. There it is. Yay. All right. Save. But do check out Vacation Radio. Please. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you all for the amazing support during today's show. And check out Mephisto's movie reviews as well. Let's see. What else is happening? Thank you for hanging out on the green machine. I appreciate you. Bimo Beta, Gundam Zig, Deeple 101, Lord Shax, Victor Fontaine, Grumpy Old Marine Vet. We've got a couple more folks that popped in over there. I really appreciate it. Your support is spectacular. Low Spec Linux Gaming. And everybody over here as well. And for those of you on Twitter, you can participate in the chat. I would love to see you do that. On that note, we'll go, well, back to our little blinky blink screen with the music. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day. Or they can, but, it's one of those things you say. Thanks.